As a history teacher, I teach about guys like Rockefeller and Carnegie. These are guys who in the late 1800s built enormous fortunes, and I'm confident that in the future, history teachers are going to be teaching about the Koch brothers in a similar manner. I wanted to bring up a few facts about how the family was able to develop a lot of wealth. A lot of this information I've found in the book Dark Money by Jane Meyer. I wanted to bring up a little bit about the history of their father, Fred Koch. And so it's not really well known, but Fred Koch built his fortune working with the Soviets and the Nazis and in the 1930s. And so his company was called Winkler Koch, and it helped create the third largest oil refinery in the Third Reich. And so let's think about the enormity of this, because his sons, Charles and David, they go on to spend hundreds of millions of dollars in our political system. And so the family that in the last few decades has most influenced American politics as far as campaign finance goes, they made their fortune helping Hitler and the Nazis and also helping Stalin. And so this begs the question, why doesn't Rush Limbaugh or Mark Levin, Sean Hannity, Mike Savage, Alex Jones, Ben Shapiro, Steve Crowder, why don't they bring this up? They try to market themselves as journalists, but they won't go out and give a story on anything that will make the right look bad. You can't say that they're objective. You can't say that they're always going to tell you the unbiased truth. Some of these guys are literally just partisan demagogues who will say whatever they can to keep their ratings high, to keep themselves in power. They exaggerate, they mislead, some worse than others. For example, I'm not going to say that Ben Shapiro is the same as Alex Jones, because they're not. I think Ben Shapiro is a little bit more credible, but I still wouldn't say that he is always looking for the truth. I think that he definitely can be pretty biased in his reporting. And so along with Fred Koch, he continued to later fight against communism. And this could be because he felt a sense of guilt about helping the Soviet Union. He saw some of his colleagues purged by Stalin, and so this likely is what led to his great dislike of communism. So he's one of the 11 original members of the John Birch Society. We need to understand that John Birch Society was extreme. They wanted to impeach Chief Justice Earl Warren after the Supreme Court voted to desegregate public schools in Brown v. Board of Education. Fred Koch personally wrote, "The colored man looms large in the plot to take over America." Saying the colored man looms large in the communist plot to take over America. John Birch Society, they said that JFK was bad. They tried to call him out, but JFK denounced their crusades of suspicion and extremism. At one point, even well-known conservatives like Ronald Reagan and Barry Goldwater, even they described the John Birch Society as ultra-conservative, right-wing, extremist, paranoid, fanatic, fringe, lunatic fringe. So we need to recognize that Fred Koch, he was one of the main people that influenced his son's political views. The school that he sent him to helped form their views. But he was an extreme guy, and this is another reason why we should look at the Koch brothers with suspicion. Very few people will bring up the fact that I mentioned that Fred Koch earned his money through helping dictators.